Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very second episode in this series of tips and tricks for Total War Rome 2. Now, we are doing this episode specifically because one of the commenters in the last video requested that to show how Phalanx is used in Total War Rome 2, the best way we can use Phalanxes in Total War Rome 2. And so I decided to use this particular battle as a demonstration on how you can use them effectively. And without further ado, let's start the video so we can get into the details. Okay, the reason we are using this battle in particular to show how you use a phalanx is because in this particular battle, as you guys can see, the balance of power is heavily on the side of the enemy. Now we have 2 units of mercenary Etruscan hoplites. Okay, now and we have obviously 3 units of mercenary Italian spearmen. We also have cavalry here, mercenary Italian cavalry. There you go, the general and bodyguard, and obviously here's your garrison units, plebs, and I think we have a rorari added along with it for just to be safe. Over here are our on the flanks. On the left flank we have placed our levies. The battle strategy for this, right? Because we're about to start. So the way we are going to start this battle, right, is that we are going to hold this position right here with all of our hoplites and spear infantry. We are pretty good at defense, as you guys can see. I'm gonna get to the Etruscan hoplites, and you can see that the melee defense is 68. It's a pretty high melee defense. So they're gonna hold this position here. Hoplites are exceptionally well at defense. And while they hold this position here, over here we've got all of our skirmishers. The skirmishers are gonna flank these troops and finish them off. And just to be safe, we also have on this flank of the army a bunch of plebs and obviously rorari unit and one principe unit, which will obviously finish off the pincer trap. So that's the plan. That's how you use hoplites in particular, right? And you're going to see that despite the balance of power being so heavily against us, how we fare in this particular battle. Now, I also do have cavalry here, and we are going to bring them into play. Cavalry are also going to act as flanking forces, but it's fine if you don't have cavalry. If you do, it's always a great bonus. The amount of flexibility they have in how quickly they're able to move from one side of the battlefield to the other side really gives you a lot of options regarding their usage. And as you guys can see, already one unit has broken. The light horse unit that they charged in with has broken and is running away. I have a pretty good feeling they're going to come back since they're not completely destroyed. Like the unit icon is still there. I'm pretty sure they will reconstitute themselves and come back. Now we are sending this Rorai unit back. The purpose of it is obviously to keep all of these units ready to to flank them when we need them to. And the rest of the army is now coming in. The vast bulk of their army is now coming in to engage them. And here the AI did a very awesome job. They ended up splitting their army into 2. They saw that there was a threat here, and they knew that if they did not deal with this threat, I will just use them to flank and close the pincer. So this is their attempt at trying to destroy this threat. The problem for them is I have cavalry, and I have these units spread all the way here. It's okay if you don't have cavalry, but you need to keep some units outside of this flanking range, just so that you have some options when you're faced with something like this. You've got a huge skirmisher force that's coming in and attacking you, and you need something to go outside and flank them. You need to keep troops aside that way, right? Going to the main battle over here, as you guys can see, we are completely surrounded by the enemy. This entire front line has been completely attacked by the enemy. And however, you see they're not retreating. The hoplites are not retreating. They're actually fighting pretty well. Let's take a look at their kills. So as you guys can see, they've killed 3 people, but they've also not died at all. Not a single one of them have died so far, despite having fought off a cavalry unit. As you guys can see, their cavalry has now engaged one of my hoplites. And they're going to lose because of course hoplites is pure infantry. I think I gave the order to this unit right now, the unit of levies. The unit of levies are now coming in to flank them from the rear, and this is going to be a very bad deathly blow. You can still see that even now the balance of power is still on their side. However, it's going to change right now when my cavalry flanks them. As you guys can see, my general's bodyguard is attacking one unit of skirmishers. One of my equites is one of my mercenary Italian cavalry. I'm sorry, is attacking the other unit of skirmishers, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to use this to wheel them around and charge into this. Meanwhile, as you guys can see, my hoplites have barely died. We are losing current combat. How? How are we losing the current combat? Let me see. Oh, we killed 34 people and how are we losing? Oh, because we are not faced them. Okay, so this was a strategic blunder from my end in the sense that I did not properly create a battle line, which is the reason that they are able to kill me. However, we are not going to lose this given that we have a skirmisher unit completely charging in and attacking from the rear. Now, there's literally no options for the cavalry here. They can charge up my skirmishers, but I have two other skirmishers that are going to flank and attack in that case, and this unit would also come in the rear and charge in them in that case. And as you guys can see, one of their skirmishers over here is running away. The other two skirmishers have also broken, and because we charged in, you don't see the infantry anymore because the infantry is gone. Right, the infantry has been destroyed because of the flanking action by my cav, and you can see the skirmishers are being finally taken care of. I think now I'm probably gonna give the order quite shortly for them to go and join. Yeah, as you guys can see, I gave them the order to go and attack this unit of Celtic warriors, help out this troop so that we can clear this out. And the balance of power, as you guys can see, is slowly shifting to my favor. Showing clearly that we are winning. Let's take a look at the Etruscan hoplites that are here. What's the situation? See, barely two people killed, and there's such a huge battle line of troops coming in and attacking us, but barely two people killed, barely. And we also have, and here's the thing, we just don't have these troops, we have so many of these troops here in reserve. These units are now coming in, they will quickly take care of these Celtic warriors, they're going to lose pretty quickly. And, we're going to have so many troops in reserve to shove into this line and quickly take care of them. Ideally, if you are facing such a situation, what you can do here before the pincer is closed is allocate some of these troops to leave this engagement and come in and attack me. However, I don't think it would have a lot of benefits since I also already have a cavalry that's running about the place, and I can just ask them to charge in from the other side, come in and attack my rear. I think in fact that's what I'm going to use my cavalry here right now to do. I'm going to ask them to come in and attack my rear. Sorry, the enemy's rear, right? So as you guys can see, my units have come in. They're gonna charge into the rear of this enemy. They're right now attacking these levy freemen, keeping this entire battle line open to be attacked. And you can see I've already given the order to my Etruscan hoplites, to charge in. They are pretty bad shape actually. They've lost a significant amount of their men. What's their condition? Okay, they're tired as well and they're charging in, but we don't need them to be in very good order, to be honest, because the only thing we want them to do is just come in and close the gap, and they're going to start to run away. And as you guys can see, the balance of power is finally shifting. The enemies can see that they're completely surrounded. They've been attacked on the rear here. One of my hoplites is now coming in and attacking on the rear here, and they have started to break. Only the general unit is, I think, remaining. The rest of them is already breaking. And utilizing this opportunity, I'm sending in my cav to take care of them one-on-one. Okay, so this is why you need cav, by the way, because cav are so good at hunting down these troops that have broken. They run about the place, like these troops that have broken down, they run about the place. And the problem is, if you send your regular troops after it, first of all, they might not catch up to them. And even if they do, they'd be really tired by the time they do. And if these troops start fighting back, you have a problem. Right now, you could be caught in a pincer trap, unable to move. It's not the same thing with cavalry because you can just order them to run away from that location, and 9 out of 10 times, unless it's a light cavalry unit charging them, 9 out of 10 times they'll be able to do that. Now, as you can see, the final general unit is breaking. All of the units have broken. They're all running away. The general unit is right now the only unit that was breaking, and now it has broken as well. All troops have now finally given up the cause and they're running away. And there you have it. So, in a nutshell, how do you use hoplites and how do you use phalanxes? So sorry, I should clarify it here. I used it. The original request was for me to show a phalanx, And a phalanx essentially is a line of hoplites. Okay, the way you do a phalanx is you line up hoplites, you line up hoplites in order to create that phalanx, right? You can do it with pikemen as well. Although with pikemen in this kind of a scenario, you would have ended up with the same result because they would have done the exact same thing. But hoplites are much better at that role, to be honest, because yeah, if you flank pikemen with hoplites, that's the best defense you can get, best phalanx you can get. And this is how you use them, right? You use a phalanx to secure a particular area, to assert dominance over a particular area, and then you use all of your other troops to essentially charge in from different angles and attack the enemy's rear while they are locked in with the phalanx. You can, by the way, just so you know, you cannot depend on your phalanx to do most of the killing. They are good at defense. They are not that good in offense. And while they will kill troops, they will definitely kill troops. If I take a look at the Etruscan hoplites here, they've killed 37 men, I think. And this unit of, okay, this is spearmen. This is again the hoplites. They've killed 241 men. They have killed troops, but the vast majority of troops were actually killed by the units that were flanking them. So if you look at the cavalry here, 380, cavalry here, 285, plebs here. Okay, they didn't kill anyone at all. I think there was yeah, there you go. Levies, 59, 50, and okay, 271. So in our scenario, actually the cavalry ended up doing most of the killing. But as you guys can see, the flanking troops, it's the flanking troops that do the most of the killing. The purpose of the phalanx, the purpose of hoplites, the purpose of spikemen, is always to just hold the enemy there. And it is with this thought and it is with this idea that I leave it to you guys here. Hope you guys had a wonderful time. Hope you guys had a good idea of how to use phalanxes. And with that being said, I would like to close for today with this scene of my cavalry coming in and killing some poor levy freemen who are running away because they have lost to a much, much inferior enemy. Thank you. Take care, everyone. Sayonara.